It's time to wake up and go crazy. Wake up! Wake up!
Whoa, I'm small. Look at that. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Hope all is doing well. It is, what time is it? 6:01 in the Midwest. Let's take these off so I can see. Well, I can't really see any better. So let's give it a second to get some people to come on in here. We got one. I think that's me on the other side here. Hope everybody's doing good. No text this morning. He is, as they say, on assignment. So we're moving it over here to my channel, and I think what we're going to try and do, at least in the beginning, and see how this works, is we're going to rotate channels. So like this week it's going to be on Paranormal Among Us. Next week it's going to be over on TEX'S channel, Texas Porch. So we'll see how this goes. And so far, we have one person in here, and I think that's my laptop. We had Keith Keith last night commented on that picture. What do you think of that picture? That was a little odd. I'll wait till a few more people show up, and then I'll put those pictures up. So I use ChatGPT for. We'll explain that here in a little bit, but hope everybody's having a great day. You know, yesterday the weather has seemed to change very, very nicely. Yeah, the last week was just ungodly hot and everything, and yesterday here, at least here in St. Louis in the Midwest, things have broken a little bit, and the high yesterday I don't think even got above 75 degrees. So that is a good sign. Bigfoot Dwarf is here. Hey, Bigfoot Dwarf, how you doing, brother? Hope all is well. You know, I don't know if anybody out there is a baseball fan or not, but coming down to the end of the season here, Cardinals are not in it. Last night they played the Pirates and they only sold 17,000 tickets, the fewest in Busch Stadium 3 history. First time they've sold under 20,000. So I think the team is kind of, or the city is kind of revolting against the team. But they say we're the best fans in baseball. So I don't know. Some might argue that right now, but you know, we'll see. Next year is always a different year. They're in a rebuild. Who's your team? Who do you like? I know there's the Dodgers and the Padres are battling out west. The Mets have kind of fallen off. I'm very happy that the Cubs have kind of fallen off. So that's always good. But the Brewers are in it here in the Central. Seems like the Pirates are always out of it. And of course, you have the Rockies, who are trying to set a record for the most losses in a single season. But I don't know, that's my take. I love baseball, but you know, we have football starting up. College football has already started officially. I am looking forward to that. Some big games last weekend. I believe they played a game overseas. I think it was Kansas and Iowa, maybe. And I heard something on, I can't remember where I heard it. I think it was on a radio station that there was a big fight. Hi, Amy. Good morning. So far, I haven't eaten yet, Amy, but I'm drinking my coffee out of my I have dad jokes and I'm not afraid to use them mug. And it tastes so much better. Let me read you one here real quick. What do you call somebody with no body and no nose? What do you call somebody with no body and no nose? Nobody knows. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh, there was a football game overseas. I want to say in Ireland, maybe, but also Germany rings a bell. So I don't remember. I guess I should have done better show prep. This just kind of hit me off the top of the head. But a father and son got into a big fight. I guess it was a fist fight. Kind of crazy. College fans over in overseas, I guess, really taking it to heart. Unless it was a Kansas fan or a Iowa fan or somebody that had a little bit too much to drink and got a little crazy. But, who knows? It's fun. But, next weekend, hey, Cryptical Crossroads, Mr. Casto, how's everything going, brother? Hope your channel's getting going. Make sure you go over there and check him out as well. And always remember to go over and check Bigfoot Dwarf out as well. A lot of good stuff on these guys' channels. See, I keep getting distracted. What was I saying? I need to have post-it notes. Can't remember what I was saying. Anyway. Wow, that was really weird. That was really bizarre. I can't remember at all what I was saying. Oh, okay. So this wasn't what I was saying, but I don't know if you guys are familiar with this Cracker Barrel debacle. They changed their logo, and it used to have a guy sitting on a bench with a barrel and then the words Cracker Barrel next to it. So they changed it. They took the guy off, and it just says Cracker Barrel. It looks totally stupid. I don't know if they've revamped the inside of the restaurants or what, but it looks completely stupid. Just very, very plain. They've lost a ton of money. I think they lost somewhere over like 100 million for the company and stuff. And they showed a picture of the CEO of the company. And I found this picture on Facebook this morning. And once you see this, you will not unsee this. You cannot unsee it. You know how at sporting events they do celebrity lookalikes? Well, here's one that you're never going to forget. Cracker Barrel CEO and Garth from Wayne's World. Yeah, they look very similar. They could be brother and sister. But what do you think about that? Do you think changing the logo or a brand of something changes your mind about a product? Going. I know this has nothing to do with what I title this, weird traditions, but we're going to get to that here in a second. But does changing the logo keep you from going some places? I don't. I mean, it's the same thing unless they change their menu around, like that the Aunt Jemima dress or syrup and stuff. I can't remember what it's called now, but I mean, it didn't save world peace. And actually, from what I understand, it was a tribute to Aunt Jemima, not any derogatory thing. And a couple other things, and the Washington Commanders, the Cleveland Guardians in baseball, and our Commanders in football and stuff. They took away the Redskins and the Indians logos and stuff to make it more politically correct. There'll always be the Redskins to me. It's whatever it is. I mean absolutely no disrespect to any Native Americans or anything, but there'll always be the Redskins to me. And actually, I think that logo was also a tribute to whatever chief that was on their helmet, that logo. So, some people are just need to worry about what's going on in their little bubble, but maybe not be so sensitive. Anyway, today's show, amongst some other things, we're going to talk about weird traditions. And if you have any kind of weird traditions that you do, that might be, well, you might think they're weird, but others might not. Throw them in chat and I'll read them. One thing that I do I don't know if it's really a tradition, but every morning I usually get up at like a little bit before 5 and come down here and work out and stuff. And then I'll drink my coffee and sit on my laptop and play solitaire. So kind of ease into my day. I'm not one of those people that can just jump out of bed and start my day. I can't do that. I gotta kind of ease into it. So get the workout in, get the coffee going. Right now, this is my second cup, so look out, I'll be ready to go. Also, well, never mind. Okay, so 10 of the strangest traditions. You know what? Hang on a second. I am going to. Amy looks like she needs some coffee. Amy, let's get you some coffee, my friend. She's driving to work today, so it's going to be kind of hard for her to. Well, I mean, you could drink coffee on the road. Okay. In La Matina, Spain, the largest food fight in the world. I got thrown out of a restaurant one time when I was a teenager. Oh no, I was in my early 20s because you only really go to this place when you're drunk. And I think we started a food fight and ended up getting kicked out. It's called the Eat Right Diner. It's a hole-in-the-wall place. I think there's still some around. The annual festival is held in Bunal, Spain, on the last Wednesday of August as part of the week of festivities, and quite literally consists of people throwing tomatoes at each other for fun. So that actually should happen here tomorrow. So if anybody is in the La Tomatina, Spain region of this world, head on over there and shoot some video and let's see it. I might I'm gonna look for that. Bigfoot dwarf. I have a tradition of lighting one up at 420. That's in 9 minutes. Okay. Cheers, brother. It's not quite known how it came about, but there are many theories surrounding it. One of the most popular is that during a parade of, I'm going to say the English, giants and big heads in 1945, one of the participants' big heads fell off during the festival. The participant then got angry and started hitting things, including a market stall of vegetables. More people joined in, pelting each other with tomatoes until the local police broke up the fight. The following year, there was a pre-planned food fight where a few participants brought their own tomatoes. Again, the local forces broke up the fight, but the next year, thousands of people turned out to have a tomato fight, and that's when it all began, back in 1945. I mean, that's kind of weird. This next one, and I should have prefaced this by saying, don't try this at home. Attack of the killer tomatoes. Waking up weird is what Pancho Zorch does. Good morning, Pancho. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody had a good night. Or if you're just getting home from work or whatever, hope you had a good night at work or whatever. You know what I was just thinking? If you head on over to Bigfoot Dwarf's channel, he's out in California, the LA area, I believe. You're usually up pretty late with things. You're up pretty darn early now. It's 4:15 in LA. Do you sleep, brother? For some reason, see, these weird things always just hit me out of nowhere in my head. So, I don't know. Tell them about blooding the hunter after their first deer. What? Amy Creel. Tell them about blooding the hunter after their first deer, Pancho Zorch. Okay. Maybe that's too. Not sure why you're up. I know why you're up, Bigfoot. You're up for your 420 tradition. Anyway, this next one comes to us from our good pals over in India. You've heard of the band Smashing Pumpkins? This one is smashing coconuts on people's skulls in India. And a little weird. Breaking coconuts on people's heads is a ritual that has been around for a long time in some parts of southern India. It's part of the Adi Perukku festival celebrating the monsoon in the state of Tamil Nadu. It's a lot of words that I don't understand. Devotees to the Hindu religion will gather inside the temple, and the priest will smash a coconut on the head of each one of them after the other has assigned to the gods they are asking for good health and success. I don't read these beforehand. I didn't expect to hear a priest smashing a pumpkin on people's heads. I got to be honest. They smash a coconut on the head of each one of them after the other has assigned to the gods they are asking for good health and success. I would think that good health and success would not come from getting your head. I'm trying to make sense of this, and I probably shouldn't. The subject will then usually walk away as if unfazed by the event. The ritual isn't compulsory, and only those who wish to take part do. I would actually like to see this sometime. There are various origin stories of this tradition. One story says that devotees of Lord Shiva were trying to communicate with him to get his help. That would be one way to get somebody's attention. Hit him on the head with a coconut. After trying everything to get him to appear, they resorted to breaking coconuts on their heads, as coconuts resemble a three-eyed face of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva then appeared and gave the devotees his help, and the tradition has continued. Like I said, I don't read these beforehand, and this one's really, really bizarre. I would have saved this one for last if I would have. Another possible origin story stems from colonial times. During British rule, the British were set on demolishing the temple in order to build a railway line. The British said that if the local people could break coconut-sized stones with their heads, they would not demolish the temple. The people succeeded, and the temple remains in place to this very day. I really have nothing else after. Hey, Dave, how you doing? Dave Reagan from Paranormal 411, another fine channel that we celebrate around here. So make sure you check out Paranormal 411 as well as Bigfoot Dwarf and as well as Cryptical Crossroads. Pancho, do you have a channel? So another one. I mean, you could try this at home. I don't know that I would try the smashing coconuts on somebody's head. My wife and my son probably wouldn't like that too much if I did that. Festival of Scrambled Eggs in Bosnia. Mentioning Bosnia, it's kind of weird that certain areas of our country have people from other countries tend to gravitate towards, and apparently St. Louis or the surrounding area is one of those places for Bosnians who are leaving their country. I don't understand that. I mean, what makes one area so much more appealing to others? I don't know. Anyway, like I said, this one comes from Bosnia. Festival of Scrambled Eggs in Bosnia. I can get behind this one. Whereas in the UK, we might celebrate the start of spring by picking some daffodils or doing a spring clean. In Zenica, Bosnia, they mark the start of the season with the unusual tribute to scrambled eggs known as the, I'm not even going to try and say it. Here, I'm going to type it into Mr. Casto is job hunting at the moment. I am sorry. Good luck to you on that. Here's the city in Bosnia. I'm not even going to try. I'm putting it in chat to you. RIJADA. That's the city in Bosnia. Let's try it. Why not? Chimbarajada Festival. They start today as they mean to go on with a large breakfast of eggs cooked in a city park near the Bosna River. Hundreds of eggs are cooked at the same time in giant pans and then distributed to festival attendees. They then spend the rest of the day partying, barbecuing, and jumping into the river. Now, this is something that I could certainly get behind. Eating scrambled eggs in the morning, good. Partying the rest of the day, good. Barbecuing, great. As you guys know, I work in a meat shop and I love the barbecue. Hail from the Midwest. Who doesn't like barbecuing in the Midwest? And jumping into a river, I can take that or leave that. But I think those Bosnians might be onto something here. Let's start a tradition here. You know what? That's another interesting question. If people from a different country, say Bosnia, move to, say, St. Louis, would they bring their traditions with them? As far as I know, no. I don't know of any scrambled eggs traditions here in the Bosnian communities that we have around town. I work with a couple Bosnians, and I might have to ask them about this. That's interesting, and I will report back tonight. By the way, tonight, make sure you tune into the show tonight with me and Natalie on Paranormal Among Us. We're going to have Sir Brian Bowden come on again, one of our regulars. We all love him. He is going to do some remote viewing exercises with us. So please make sure you come in. And if you do come in, bring pencil and paper because you're going to be drawing things. He's going to do a couple exercises. And I think he did this once before on here, the first time he was on. And I was asking about remote viewing, and it's pretty cool. So make sure you tune in tonight at 6:30 Central, Paranormal Among Us with me and Natalie and Sir Brian Bowden. Okay, so Scrambled Eggs Festival in Bosnia. I will report back tonight what my findings are about bringing traditions to the new country here. Smoky Mountain Wanderer, I'm packing boxes right now. What are you packing them with? Are you moving? You're gonna. So that's another. You know what? I met Smoky Mountain Wanderer in Townsend, Tennessee when we were down there, and I thought he was saying that he's going to be moving to a different city. Again, same question, and I don't think that city was in the Smoky Mountains. So, are you still going to be Smoky Mountain Wanderer, even though you're not going to be in the Smoky Mountains if you move? I don't know. Okay. Okay, so from scrambled eggs, we're going to go to cinnamon, throwing cinnamon. And from Bosnia, we're going to go to Denmark. I told you these are kind of weird. And again, I haven't read this, so this is going to be interesting. Throwing cinnamon at single 25-year-olds in Denmark. I wonder if that's like throwing the garter and throwing the bouquet at a wedding. Whoever catches the most cinnamon is the next one to get married. Let's find out. In Denmark, if you turn 25 and are unmarried, not only do you have to face Valentine's Day alone, but you also must endure your friends and family submerging you in a cloud of cinnamon. It's thought that the tradition stems from the spice salesmen used to travel around the country and remain bachelors. So Smoky Mountain Wanderer says, yes, still going to be Smoky. He's moving to North Dakota. One of the other mods in here, Pam Stefanich, lives in South Dakota. So you will be neighbors. Yeah, that's a long move. Okay. So we're back to throwing cinnamon at single 25-year-olds in Denmark. I don't work with any Dutch people, so I don't know who to ask about this. This long-standing tradition in Denmark is customary if a man or woman turns 25 and is still single. Firstly, they get splashed with water, and then they get covered from head to toe in cinnamon. It's not a form of punishment, but more just an excuse to be silly with friends and family. When people turn 30 and are still single, the cinnamon gets replaced with pepper and sometimes has eggs in the mix to help the mixture stick to the person. What's up, MK? This must be the all moving people in chat. We got Smoky Mountain Wanderer moving. I know MK said he was moving soon. So wow, careful if you're in the chat, you might be moving soon. So an interesting one in Denmark. I don't know if I like the when you turn 30 and are still single, the cinnamon gets replaced with pepper. I don't know if I like that part of it. Pepper and eggs. Let's time check. 6:26. How you doing, Bigfoot? And Dave's selling his house. Okay. So we have Bigfoot. Are you moving? Mr. Casto, are you moving? Amy, are you moving? I'm not moving. Huh. We have a theme going on in chat. Everybody, oh, I got to take that off the screen. Hang on. I have my iPad in front of me to read these stories because it looks kind of funny if I'm looking off to the side. This way I can see the chat better. Okay. So we're going all over the place. We're going to go to Thailand now. I would like to go to Denmark. I don't know where that came from. The wife and I are thinking of moving to the coast. Which coast, Dave? Okay. The Monkey Buffet Festival in Thailand. This one could be kind of gross. Just to warn you. On the last Sunday of November, something rather spectacular, if a little bit strange, happens in Phra Prang Sam Yot Temple in LaPier, Thailand. Sorry if I slaughtered all that. A lavish banquet is laid out and a big celebration is held, but not for humans. The feast is held in honor of LaPier's thousands of monkeys that supposedly bring good luck to the area and its occupants, and therefore they are the special guests at this party. The festival includes performances by dancers in monkey costumes during the opening ceremony and towers of fruits and vegetables in which the monkeys climb, jump, and indulge on. There are also food stalls for human attendees to enjoy. So we're throwing a festival for monkeys in Thailand. Well, you know, I really got nothing on that besides getting a drink of my coffee. So please hang on 1 second. Okay. We have the next one. We're going to go to Germany. Has anybody been to Germany? I was actually in Germany once. I have some friends over there, and that was a long time ago. That was in 91, right after high school. Okay, so in Germany, it's called the Polterabend in Germany. Polterabend, coming from the German verb poltern, making a lot of noise, and a bend, evening. Make a lot of noise in the evening, I guess, is a unique tradition in Germany that is traditionally held the day before a bride and groom are due to wed. So that would be like A bachelorette party, or the rehearsal dinner. It's a big party where friends and family gather at the front of the house and smash things on the floor, such as plates, flower pots, tiles, anything that makes lots of noise. I wonder if it's stuff that they register for. That's their way of bringing it to them. This is thought to bring good luck, so glass and mirrors are, are avoided, as glass symbolizes happiness and shouldn't be broken, and breaking mirrors is seen as bad luck. Once the dish breaking is done, the bride and groom then work together to clean it up as preparation for the future. So people come over, make a big mess, and have, yeah, that's called Thanksgiving for most families. It's funny. I was kind of thinking the same thing. And when is this? Oh, it just says before. It's not a set date. It's before. The night before a bride and groom are to be wed. I just got a little dizzy. That was weird. Chair I'm sitting on wiggles. Anyway, that would be kind of fun. There's nothing. I like breaking things. Just when I was a kid, we used to in this old field. There's all houses there now, but it used to be all kinds of rocks, and we would find empty beer bottles in this field, and a friend of mine and I would just go over and we would just throw the empty beer bottles at the rocks, and it was kind of fun. I don't know. Now I don't like breaking things so much because I've got to pay for them, and then they break, you lose that. Anyway. All right. Let's move south to Mexico. Breakdance. Shoving faces in cakes in Mexico. Sounds like another wedding tradition. Perhaps one of the best traditions on this list is La Mordida, a Mexican birthday tradition. The birthday girl or boy will have their hands tied behind their back. And when they go to take the first bite of cake, they will have their face pushed right into it, whilst the rest of the party guests shout, Mordina, 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 the Spanish words for take a bite. And I apologize to any if I slaughtered that. It's particularly important to note here that Mexican cakes are pretty creamy, which can make quite a mess. The tradition stems from the ancient Aztec and Mayan cultures, which are known for incorporating elements of fun and mischief into their rituals and celebration. That would be fun. I mean, I wouldn't think that's too much mischief, but that would be fun. Kind of like, the cake cutting at a wedding, and, the groom feeds the piece to the bride and shoves it in her face. La Mordida is also when you have to pay cops off in Mexico. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. In India, you don't hear the word fun associated with Mayans enough. No, that is true. In Italy, Battle of the Oranges in Italy. Every year on the 3 days leading up to Mardi Gras, something rather strange takes place in the Ivrea, Italy. The residents divide up into 9 different squads and dress in battle attire. Then over the next few days, they sling oranges at each other to try and kill the other teams. Huh? It has become the largest food fight in Italy, however, not quite as big as La Tomatina yet. The origin of this game are unclear, but some believe it is linked to the city's defiance against the tyrant ruler in the 12th or 13th centuries. He assaulted a young girl on the evening of her wedding. The girl decapitated him, and the local people stormed the palace and burned it down. So, have a good day, Dave. Have a good day at work. So, I mean, this sounds like a fun thing, very similar to the tomatoes thing in Spain, but try to kill the other teams? I don't think that's a good idea. Again, don't try these things at home, but tomatoes, I guess, wouldn't be too bad. The oranges wouldn't be too bad. Shoving faces in the cake, you might upset your significant other or whoever you push into the cake. Breaking things, and if you have any monkeys around that you want to celebrate, kind of weird jokes coming through my head now. Here's one from I guess this is in Indonesia. Finger cutting of the Donny tribe. Everyone grieves differently after the loss of a loved one, but the women of Donny tribe in Indonesia have quite a unique and severe way of dealing with grief. Don't try this one at home. I have to say that. I mean, if you do, don't let me know about it. When they lose a loved one, the top joint of a woman's finger will be amputated. What? A practice known as ikipalin. Ikipalin. String will be tightly tied around the finger until it goes numb, and then a family member, often a sibling or parent, will cut off the top of the finger. The wound is then burnt to stop the bleeding and prevent infection. Oh. The process is carried out to symbolize the pain suffered after the loss of a loved one and to keep the deceased person's spirit away. In the Donny tribe, fingers symbolize unity and strength with the fingers working together. Missing fingers represents the loss felt by missing family members. I mean, I can think of other ways to deal with grief than cutting fingers off. But, whatever floats your boat, I guess. I mean, I get it. It symbolizes pain and suffering after a loss. Yeah. I got really nothing on that one. That just kind of weird and gross. Let's just leave it at that. We're going to go back to India here in a second. Let's get another one of these. What cheese can never be yours? Nacho cheese. Nacho cheese. Back to coconuts. Man, I can't read. Hang on. Whoa. I had to bring lights down here. I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me. Anyway. Now that we have a few more people in here, before I get to this last one, and this last one is kind of weird. You know what? Let's read this one. And again, back to the don't try this at home segment. Baby tossing in India. I would highly recommend not doing this. In parts of India, they have a ritual that involves throwing babies off the side of temples. Infants under the age of 2 will be shaken by a priest and then dropped between 30 and 50 feet. It is a ritual followed by both Hindus and Muslims in rural areas in the states of these 2 states in India. Not even going to try it. With around 200 families taking part. The exact origin of this ritual are unknown. It has been around for over 700 years, thought to be connected to the high infant mortality rates, and lack of medical advances at the time. In the early years, unwell children were dropped down without protection, and it was believed the Almighty would miraculously save them by creating a hammock out of air. Today, the children are thrown into a sheet below that's held by a group of men. It's thought to bring good luck and a long life for the children. I mean, I would say that would be good luck if they don't. That's a head scratcher. Baby toss. I guess their thought is if the babies were sick and there was no hope of saving them, then they would throw them off the temple. Again, don't try this at home. That's kind of gross. So that's the 10 weird traditions that I had. So Yeah, another bad tradition I have is going to work every day. But I got to pay the bills. So I was using Chat GPT, and I got a couple comments on this. I was using Chat GPT, and I only use it to make thumbnails for the shows and stuff. I don't use it for anything else. So this is I put a picture of me and Tex in, and I something I can't remember what I typed in. Create an image of something weird, and this is what popped up. Text looks okay. What the hell am I doing? That's a little crazy. And then I did it again. I can't remember I changed the wording on it, but I did it again, and this is what came out. Text looks the same, but do I look like that? That's just kind of freaky. Looks accurate. Thank you, MK. Appreciate you, brother. But yeah, this one here, that one's kind of odd. Yeah. So that's what did Amy say? Fun with Chat GPT. That's I don't know. AI is good for something. Making weird pictures and Genie Garofalo. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of looks like Genie Garofalo. It looks like her more than it does me. And again, Tex looks absolutely fine on both of them. How does he looks fine on both of them? He looks a little upset there. How do you get? And it was the same picture that I used. I'm probably giving people nightmares by doing this. But how do you go from that to this on the same? I don't know. I guess I don't understand Chat GPT. Text looked a bit strange. Yeah. You know what? I wonder if I could make a mask of this picture. I'm gonna leave this up for a while. Scare people. People just tuning in. What the hell? How do I get it off there? There we go. What if I could it does looks like it cleaned Tex up. It trimmed his beard. Yeah. So I sent this picture to the group text of the other misfits, and BMR, who owned a bar, said that this looked like a couple bouncers that he has had to work with him. Weird. I don't know about that one. But anyway, that's all the weird stuff I had for today. Southern Felix and Oscar. Yeah, Tex didn't look weird. He looked clean. Anyway. What was I going to say? So don't forget tonight, 6:30 Central, we're going to have Brian Bowden on. We're going to do remote viewing. Make sure you bring a piece of paper with you, and it'll be some fun stuff tonight. Also, on Tex's Front Porch, Tex is going to be out of town. So he's got, I'm looking it up right now. I believe Krista and Brent from Paranormal Portal will be on with the cover for Tex. So make sure you tune into that one. That's going to be tonight at 10 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, Let's find Bigfoot Michigan Rob. Who does BMR have on here? The Hunt for Bigfoots. The half-inch wrench crew will be on with BMR and Krista. So busy night for Krista. She's got BMR, and then she's going to turn around and cover for Tex on his show at 10 o'clock. And that is all getting kicked off with Paranormal Among Us with me and Natalie and Sir Brian Bowden and remote viewing practices. It's going to be fun. Even if you can't draw, it'll be fun. You guys won't be seeing. Natalie and I will be able to draw and show it on the screen. And maybe we get it right, maybe we don't. Interesting. So I'll be in chat for that show with Highwick. Okay. Hope to see you. All right. And if you haven't seen this, MK Ultra was on Small Town Monsters with Hellbent Holler. I can't remember the name of it. MK, if you can give the name of that episode that they did. Hi, Tyler. Good morning. On Small Town Monsters. I watched it the other day. It's fantastic. They had some really awesome captures, and there's a lot of noise. It's going to be cool. So, that's what half-inch wrench crew. Okay. Oh, Tyler, on my way to McDonald's for breakfast. Anybody else want anything? I'll take I love their hash browns. I'll take like 2 hash browns, please. Thank you. And a coffee. Got to do coffee because you know what? This is cold. All right, guys. So, yeah, it was a wild ride. It was pretty cool. So MK's moving. He's been kind of busy. In the next month or so, he's going to come on. We're going to talk about that. And hopefully Hellbent Holler will be able to come on too and talk about it as well. Some cool stuff to look forward to. This Saturday, McDonald's hash browns are top tier. McDonald's, if you would like to sponsor the show in the morning, that would be great. Maybe MK can sponsor the show. Just discovered an oil leak. Better get that fixed. Good morning, BJ. You're up early. Not normally awake at this time. Glad you're awake and glad you're joining us. But as you're joining us now, I am going to have to sign off because I have to get ready for work here shortly. Hope everybody has a great day. Once again, Paranormal Among Us tonight at 6:30, BMR and Krista at 8, and then Texas Front Porch with Krista and Brent tonight at 10 o'clock Central. All times are Central. So hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed the show. And Tex will be back next week, next Tuesday morning with me, and it'll be on his channel this time. So like I said before in the beginning, we're going to flip back and forth channels and stuff. What shop do you work at again, Pancho? I work at Kenrick's in South County here in Afton. So BJ, if you are just joining us, here is something to scare the hell out of you as you start your day. Scare everybody. Anyway, hope everybody has a great day. Talk to you guys later. Hope to see you in chat. Make sure you bring your paper. You got homework.
Are you ready to see what lies beneath the ever-thinning veil of the unknown? Book your craft now for the Crossing Realms Conference September 19th and 20th in Richmond, Missouri.
This is the future.
This unprecedented experience allows you to not only hear and interact with a cornucopia of highly respected researchers, scientists, and experiencers, it will shape the very foundations of your reality. You will lay witness to some of the best evidence collected in decades.
This is the future.
Be a part of history in the making. Get your tickets now at eventbrite.com. The Crossing Realms Conference, where the paranormal becomes normal.